A few months ago, Sami started skipping on his back leg, like this. At first, he only did it every few steps, but soon enough, he was skipping at every step. We were worried, so we started looking for what could be causing this. In this video, I'm going to tell you about my experience with Sami's leg skipping and everything I've learned so far. I'm going to tell you what the possible causes are. In case your dog does this too, what should you be looking for? I'm going to tell you everything we found out after 2 visits to the vet and 1 x-ray, and what we're doing about it now. My name is Miruna, this is my Westie puppy Sami, and before we get into it, please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel Westie Vibes for more videos like this. If you followed our previous videos, you know that we started traveling at the beginning of this year. We were in Greece for 4 months when we noticed that Sami was walking funny. He was lifting his back leg whenever we walked on hard surfaces. It was clearly a reaction to the change of environment as we went from our daily walks in the forest on soft ground to walking in the marina and on the streets of Greece on hard ground. At first, he was only skipping every few steps, but then he started doing it almost at every step he took. Curiously, he only did this when walking fast. Never when walking slow or when he's running. So that was confusing for us. He didn't seem to be in any pain, so since this wasn't an emergency, we waited to fly back home to take Sami to the vet for a checkup. Once we got home, we called the vet and came in. Sami got his paws and legs thoroughly checked. The first thing the vet did was to look at his paws, especially in between the toes. Since he was only skipping on one leg, he could have had something stuck inside the paw that could have caused an infection. So that was the easiest thing to check off the list of possible causes. Now, I already check his paws often, so I knew that wasn't it. Another similar cause could be a broken nail that causes pain. That did happen to Sami a few years ago when he was a puppy, so I was already aware of this as well, and it wasn't the case now. Moving on to the knees, the most obvious thought was that maybe he has luxation of the patella, which is common in small dogs like Westies, and it means that the kneecap doesn't stay put as it should. Instead, it shifts out of alignment and moves around. Dogs with luxated patella skip just like Sami, then stop every few steps and kick back their leg in an attempt to snap their kneecap back into its place. So if you see a dog doing that, that's why they're doing it, and in the beginning stages of this condition, they can usually put it back on their own. There are 4 stages of luxated patella. Stage 1 and 2 when there is no pain but mostly discomfort and the patella snaps right back into place by itself. Eventually it reaches stage 3 and 4 when usually the dog can't put the patella back and surgery is needed. From my research, chances are that after surgery most dogs can go back to normal life, or at least that's what I heard from other Westie parents. If your dog is dealing with this and you know more about it, please leave me a comment and let me know. Coming back to Sami, it turns out it's not luxated patella, which is great news. The vet checked both his knees and his kneecap doesn't move out of place at all, which means that's not why he's skipping. Next on the list of possible causes for his skipping was hip dysplasia. Now that's another thing Westies are prone to, and aside from limping, other signs include pain, stiffness, and difficulty jumping or running, none of which Sami has shown so far. The vet checked his hips, and while she did notice a slight resistance when his legs are stretched way back, she said that if it was hip dysplasia, he would limp all the time and not just when walking fast on hard ground. He would limp in the house too, which Sami doesn't do at all, and he would probably also drag his leg and be reluctant to climbing stairs. She asked me to monitor 2 things in the days that followed. 1. How does he lay down? Does he have a preferred side? Does he avoid laying on his left side? And 2, how does he walk up the stairs? Does he climb one leg at a time or does he hop like a bunny? Turns out he doesn't have a preferred side when laying down. He lays down on both sides equally, which tells us there is no pain. And he does hop up the stairs like a bunny most of the time, which the vet says could mean limited mobility. Turns out that the normal way for dogs to go up the stairs is one leg at a time. Did you know this? On our second visit to the vet, we did an X-ray to have a better view of his hips. It didn't tell us much except that his hips look fine and there may have been a questionable darker area on his left hip, which could just mean that Sami didn't stay perfectly still on the X-ray. Ideally, we would have to put him under when doing the X-ray to make sure that he's not moving. Since his hips don't seem to be the problem either, we decided to try other things before we investigate more. The vet put Sami on anti-inflammatory medicine and complete rest for 10 days. This was meant to rule out any inflammation in his leg. 10 days of rest would be plenty of time for healing. It was the longest 10 days ever, let me tell you. Sami was only allowed short walks of 10 minutes each and no time running around in the yard. No playing since he wasn't allowed to run and chase his toys. Needless to say, he was bored out of his mind and he had a lot of unused energy. Lucky that he had his food puzzles to keep him busy. During the time he was on anti-inflammatory meds, he skipped slightly less, but nothing significant, and at the end of the 10 days, nothing was changed. So nothing seems to be wrong, which honestly is great news. It's clear though that this is a sign of limited mobility in his back legs, which in time will gradually become worse. He's almost 4 now, so he's pretty young for this. So I started looking into ways to help Sami stay fit and make his life better in the future. One thing is, the vet gave us supplements for mobility, which Sami is now taking every day indefinitely. The vet said that even though studies don't exactly show a rate of success when it comes to mobility supplements in a dog, they do no harm. They have no side effects and Sami can take them for the rest of his life. I asked what else can I do to help Sami's mobility, and the vet showed me some physiotherapy exercises I can do at home. I'm sharing them with you now and I'm hoping that you'll find them useful too. I now try to do 10 reps of each exercise every morning with Sami and stretch his legs back like this every now and then. I also got Sami dog steps to stop him from jumping on and off the bed and prevent potential knee and hip problems. I think this will be a huge help for his legs in the long run. If you want to watch the video about the dog steps, I'm going to link it in the description for you. And last on the list, the most unexpected help of all. Without any relation to Sami's skipping, I also bought him a pair of dog boots. I got them to protect his paws from the hot ground and also from dirt and sharp objects on the ground. I talk about that in this video. I'm gonna put the link up here and in the description. One thing I did not expect from these boots was that Sami would stop skipping altogether when he's wearing them. Well, he still has moments when he lifts his leg, but way less compared to when he's not wearing the shoes. The vet said that probably the rubber of the shoes absorb some of the impact with the hard ground, which can only help his joints. In fact, she said that the shoes were a fantastic idea, and just like me, she certainly wasn't expecting the result. Needless to say, Sami is now wearing the shoes on almost every one of our walks. So in conclusion, Sami skipping doesn't seem to be anything serious, which is great. But if anything, it made us aware that mobility in dogs is something that we shouldn't take for granted. If your dog skips on their back leg too, I hope you found this video useful. Leave me a comment and tell me. And remember, you can do the following things to make it easier for your vet to find the problem. Observe if your dog has a preferred side that they lay on. See if they are reluctant to climbing stairs. See how do they climb stairs? Do they put one leg at a time or do they bunny hop? And make sure you take as many videos as you can to show your vet the signs. It will make their job a lot easier. Show this video some love by clicking on the thumbs up to spread the word to other Westie parents, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!